Hey, what's going on, Fresh Squad? We are back again with another fragrance video, talking about three fragrances today from a specific fragrance house. You've already seen the title, probably already seen the thumbnail, so you know what those fragrances are, and those fragrances are the Azzaro Chrome line of fragrances. So I'm going to start with the original and lead up to the two fragrance flankers from this line. There are a lot, but apparently these flankers and also the original are the best in the Azzaro Chrome series, according to you. Yeah, so I didn't make this list. I've scoured the internet going through reviews, and these three are the best fragrances out of that line, according to you guys as the consumers. Now, before I jump into this video, you guys already know what you got to do. You gotta like the video, you gotta subscribe, you have to comment and share. All of these help the algorithm, and the algorithm helps me, and that helps me to help you. So, what are you waiting for? Okay, so first fragrance on the list. It is going to be the original Azzaro Chrome fragrance. Now, this one has been out for a very, very long time. It's been out since 1996, I believe. And that is some time before a lot of persons who are watching this video was born, or if you were born, you weren't even thinking about fragrances at the age of the creation of this fragrance. I've seen the algorithm, I've seen the analytics. A lot of my viewers, you're under 40, so most of you guys do know this fragrance, but you should have at least seen this fragrance at least once before in your life, because this fragrance is so popular that you can find it basically anywhere. You can go into your closest Walmart, your Target, or maybe not Target, but maybe like Marshalls or TJ Maxx or something like that, and you can find this. It's readily available online. You can get this anywhere. Now, the reason why I bought this is not only for this video. That's actually one of the reasons I bought this, but it's to have it in my collection as one of those original fragrances that really kicked off the fragrance game worldwide, mainly in the US, but worldwide. The first time I actually heard of this fragrance, I was having a fragrance conversation with some ex-coworkers, and this fragrance came up because a girl said she smelled this on a guy she went on a date with and left her so mesmerized and all of that. And I still didn't get this fragrance up until now, 2024, and I have no complaints about it. It is a very safe fragrance. It has some floral notes in there. It's woody, has some citrus notes, also has some woody notes. It kind of starts out with that woody citrus vibe going forward, dries down into that floral, slightly sweet, soapy type of fragrance. And it's very safe. Most people will like it. Some people may not like it, but you know, fragrances are subjective. But this is a very mass appealing, safe scent, and according to you guys, it's something that y'all love and is a sure hit rather than a miss. So I got this in my collection. I got the small one because I know I probably won't be using this that much. So still a good fragrance. It's not anything that's very unique or is gonna wow you, but I have heard females say that this has wowed them. Aside from the one person I mentioned, there's been a couple persons that I've heard talked about this fragrance since then, and yeah, they've had very good compliments. Azzaro Chrome, the original. Get this if you want to get that OG fragrance smell from back in the days. Next up in the line, it is going to be the, I think this is the second flanker or the second most popular flanker in the Chrome series, and this is going to be Azzaro Chrome Aqua. I love the bottle on this, by the way. It's this frosted aqua blue glass. If you can't tell, I love the color blue, and aqua blue is one of my favorite colors as well. And got this little frosted white top, really great looking bottle if you're really head over heels in collecting fragrances. But a very citrus heavy fragrance in the opening, then it kind of dries down into a minty, fresh, and slightly sweet fragrance. You're really going to be getting those herbal rosemary notes in there. great fragrance, and according to you guys, this is one of those fragrances that has your heart in a chokehold. So Azzaro Chrome Aqua. This one actually came out more recently. I think it came out in 2019, and this has some salty aquatic notes in there, but I think they kind of missed it on it being a aquatic fragrance. It's more minty fresh type of fragrance. So if you don't like minty notes, stay away from this one, but it is a really decent fragrance. And before I go even further, none of these fragrances in the Azzaro Chrome line is going to be anything that's going to be like ultra wow or ultra performing fragrances. They are pretty basic performing fragrances and very safe fragrances as well. Most people will love any of these fragrances that I'm talking about today or some of the others in the line, but these ones that I'm talking about, they get the most compliments. They're the most safe buys, and this one for the price around $30 to $40, you can't miss with it. It's not going to be a wow factor, like I said, but pretty safe grab. And I was mentioning the salty aquatic notes before. I kind of trailed off there, but salty aquatic notes in this are very toned down. So I think they missed out on this really being an aquatic fragrance. So the next fragrance that I'm actually going to talk about, I think they should have maybe take the name off of this and put on the other one and probably name this one something else, but I don't think it's really deserving of the name Aqua given the scent profile. But you know, I'm not the CEO of Azzaro, or I'm not the mastermind behind the Chrome series, so they're gonna name their fragrances whatever, but still a good fragrance, getting that minty fresh, slightly aquatic, slightly citrus, fruity fragrance because it has some green apple in there, and decent grab as well. Okay, and last up on the list is one that has gotten compared to one of my favorites. If you guys have seen some of my other videos, if not, you probably already know what I'm going to talk about right now, but the fragrance that this is compared to is Acqua di Gio's Profondo, and that is Azzaro Chrome Extreme. Now I've already tested both fragrances and they're kind of similar. I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of similar, but they initially smell similar, but then they start to go into their own path, and it's not a one-to-one similarity, but this is a great aquatic fragrance. As you can see, the bottle is kind of the same as Azzaro, not Azzaro, Acqua di Gio's Profondo. Hold on. Yeah, as you can see, both of them side to side, almost the same hue of blue, but slightly different. As I was mentioning, they're both kind of the same, both kind of going into different directions, or they actually completely go into different directions once they start to dry down. So initially, get that citrus, you get that salty aquatic feel to it, like you're at the beach, and then they start to diverge. So what do I think about the Chrome Extreme? Now, people say this performs very well, and it actually performs better than the other fragrances. It does. However, this does not perform better than Acqua di Gio's Profondo based on my tests. And people say as it does, but I don't think it does. I actually tried to layer both of these fragrances. It didn't really work out. It was kind of all right, but it's nothing wow. I think you should just leave both fragrances on their own. But this one, fantastic fragrance. It smells good, very safe, very aquatic, salty fragrance. It starts off with those salty citrus aquatic notes, then it kind of dries down into a more woody, spicy fragrance with the aquatic notes and the citrus notes kind of toned down a bit. So that's really what you're getting, a woody, aquatic, citrus, and spicy fragrance. Really good fragrance. Performance is not bad, but for the $30 to $40 that this goes for, it's kind of the performance I expected. So that's how it is with the reviews on fragrances. A lot of times people say something, your experience is going to be different, but I'm really interested to see how this one is going to be when it is kind of toned down a bit, or I should say it macerates a bit. Toned down is the wrong word. what I was thinking there. But yeah, once it macerates a bit, I'm really interested to see what it's gonna be, because it's really nice so far, and worn it a few times already. Yeah, it's not a bad fragrance. I can't complain about it. This is one of the latest ones in the line. This came out, I think, 2020, and it's really good. I would I would recommend this one if you are into salty aquatic fragrances. Now, really, I wanted to get the Azzaro Chrome Pure as well, because that was a close runner-up, but I'm just gonna talk about it really quickly. It is something that has gotten very mixed reviews on. It's almost as popular as this and the other Chrome fragrances that I mentioned, but based on the vibe that I've gotten, it's kind of more of a creamy, sweet take on fragrances, and some people say it gives weird vibes for them, and the performance is very bad on it. So that's why I opted out of actually purchasing it, because based on the reviews on that one, I don't think I would ever wear it that much. And I'm trying to move away from weak performing fragrances. I was interested in these simply to do reviews on them, simply to add them to my collection. And I am going to do that with a lot of fragrances that I don't really intend to use that much. But that doesn't mean I'm going to get every fragrance. So fortunately, I didn't get that one, so I can't really comment much on it. But if you guys are interested in collecting fragrances, I would say that's one to look into. I love the matte white bottle of it. I think it's very clean looking bottle, but just bear in mind, if you are going to go ahead and buy that based on other reviews, or just you don't care, you're just going to throw some money in the air, then just be aware of the performance. I've heard a lot of people say it does not perform that well. Now, as for now, these are going to be the 3 best Azzaro Chrome fragrances according to you guys, and I agree with you. They're all pretty safe, they're all pretty nice. Best looking bottle, best looking scent profile, and best mass appealing one, I would say. Yeah, if you ask me, that's what I would say. But that's very subjective, so don't listen to me. My opinions are my opinions. I do pride myself on having a mass appealing nose, so I know people are going to love all of these regardless of what other people may say. These 3 fragrances, I love them. I would say if you have the extra income to throw on some fragrances, those are some to get. If you're just getting into fragrances, these are some safe bets. You can get very cheap fragrances. You can overspray them, they're overspray worthy, and you'll definitely get a compliment. They're not going to be anything that you have to worry about, really. Maybe the performance a little, because they're very cheap. I know those have gotten reformulated tons of times, especially this one. This has been out since the 90s, so I know this definitely got reformulated a couple times. So it's probably not going to be as strong as first original batches, but pretty good fragrance. And that's really it on these 3 fragrances. Bottom line, do I think you should buy it or not? I leave that up to you. I never really recommend blind buying fragrances, but if you were to blind buy some fragrance, if you wanted to, those wouldn't be bad choices to make. Now, I am going to be adding those into videos going forward, so you're probably going to be seeing those a bit more. But for now, all I got to say is thanks so much, guys, for liking, subscribing my videos so far. I've gone from 20 followers, 20 subscribers to over 60 now in less than a month. So I appreciate you guys. Hope you keep liking, hope you keep subscribing, hope you keep sharing, so that I can keep growing my channel, so that I can help you. And once I help you, that helps me, and that helps you. And it's just a back and forth. We're just going to be helping each other. That's all we're doing in 2024. All right. So until next time, big up.